Our sweet preseason prince is back. Let's go. Josh Dobbs has re-signed with the Cleveland Browns, and I, for one, am pumped. So if you're with me, like today's video, because we're going to break down this signing in our third Browns report of the day, because it seems like Cleveland has their backup quarterback with Josh Dobbs coming back, the preseason legend from last year. There were serious, if you remember, there were serious people with serious thoughts. Well, maybe not serious people, but there were serious considerations being given by some to have Dobbs play over Brissett at times last year because he was just that electric in the preseason. So we're going to break down this signing. I'm really excited about it. He's our sweet preseason prince. He's coming home. He's coming back to Cleveland. It was a bad move. I think we can all agree. It was a bad move. It was a bad idea to let him go last year when they signed Kellen Mond after the Vikings waived him before, when they had to make their 53-man roster cuts. It seemed like, okay, this could be the backup quarterback battle for next season when inevitably Jacoby Brissett leaves. It seemed like they picked Kellen Mond since they moved on from Josh Dobbs. And then Dobbs went to Detroit, hung out in their practice squad for a minute. Then the Titans gave him a call and said, hey, Malik Willis sucks. We have lost a lot. Can you come help us? And he played pretty well, I thought. Remember, he had that preseason. He had that Thursday night game against the Cowboys, and it was like, okay, so. And then he got the starting job playing, started the starting role playing against the Jags in essentially a playoff game in Week 18. And maybe while watching those games, Andrew Berry realized, you know what? We made a mistake. We should not have picked Kellen Mond over Josh Dobbs. Let's bring him back. And with Dobbs signing a one-year contract, he's going to go back to the Browns. He's going to reunite with Deshaun Watson. They both use the same private QB coach I read somewhere. Both Georgia guys, so they've got some, connections back to their high school-ish days. Played in college similarly at the same time. So Dobbs coming back to the Browns. I'm really excited. I'm actually so excited about this that I am not even eating my dinner before I'm filming this video because that can wait. Because the preseason prince, he gets priority. So let me know in the comment section right now. Would love to see a bunch of me's in the comment section. If you actually, yeah, let's do that. Spam me right now in the comment section if you are excited about Dobbs coming back to Cleveland to back up Deshaun Watson. I just want to see a bazillion me's down below so that he can feel the love from the dog pound one more time. It's his second time signing with the Browns. We should never let him go. That was a mistake. Andrew Berry, shame on you. But also thank you for correcting that mistake because what fun is Kellen Mond? Like Dobbs in the preseason last year was must-see TV, right? We could not miss preseason games because the second half was Dobbs time. And Dobbs time was the best time of August, right? I'm going to power rank the preseason last year. Mount Rushmore of the Cleveland Browns 2022 preseason. Martin Emerson, pick 6. Josh Dobbs existing. I feel like Mike Harley had some good catches. And I feel like I'm forgetting Isaiah Thomas sack. So that's the Mount Rushmore of the 2022 preseason. The Browns get Josh Dobbs back and a fantastic move in my opinion. So the Browns have made some free agent signings as we kind of take a step back for a second here. The only position that is yet to be addressed is wide receiver. That's the one position they have not done anything towards, and it's kind of a big deal because they have to get the offense right this year, right? Deshaun Watson has to be the guy. He has to look like a $230 million quarterback worth 3 first-round picks and more. So they've got to get that right, and maybe they just don't like any of the free agents. It seems like Andrew Berry is trying to make a trade happen, but if he can't come to a fair deal on a trade, it might fall on the shoulders of the 42nd overall pick and whichever receiver that may be. In fact, like 2 hours ago, I filmed a whole video about wide receiver targets for the Browns. The link for that video is down in the comment section along with the description. So go check it out if you haven't watched it already. I think it's a really good, informative video about what the Browns can do in free agency, via trade, or via the NFL draft to address the wide receiver issue. But let's get back to the main story here. Josh Dobbs. Let's ride. That's what I'm talking about, right? Went to my alma mater, Tennessee. So even though he broke my heart a good amount of times in college, like I have learned to forgive him, mostly because of the preseason performance he put together last August. And I cannot wait to see what we have in store this year, because I'm guessing Watson's going to play, there's 4 preseason games this year, so that's 8 halves. I think he'll probably play 2. I think we're going to see 3 quarters of Deshaun Watson in the preseason. We'll probably see him not in the Hall of Fame game at all, maybe a quarter in week 3 of the preseason, the last game, and like the first half of the first preseason game, something like that. So we're going to get plenty of Josh Dobbs to watch. Kellen Mond, get the clipboard, stick it on the bench. Josh Dobbs is our prince. That's our preseason guy. And there's no other way I'd rather have it, right? I'd love for Josh Dobbs to never actually have to play in the regular season. That's the beauty of a good backup. Hopefully you never actually see him play. But if we do have to see Dobbs play, I mean, the way he played, like very briefly with the Steelers, but he actually got a real opportunity to start in Tennessee for 2 games, and he showed that he can be a competent, guy, competent quarterback. Good dude, great dude. So him being with the Browns from the start, from the get-go, if something were to happen mid-season and they need a backup for a week or 2, seeing what Dobbs did on extremely short notice in Tennessee makes you wonder, like, hey, I wonder what he could do with a full, preseason, off-season, getting to know the playbook and stepping into a huddle he's familiar with the guys. Like, I think there is a good buzz right there of like, hey, if we really needed to go to plan B, like Josh Dobbs, a good backup quarterback that you can trust in a pinch. So this is a great signing. I'm definitely excited about it. I think the Browns are making some good moves in free agency. That's what I'll kind of end the video with. I've seen a lot of negative stuff out there about the preseason sucking, free agency sucking. That's what I'm going to say. The Browns have made some good moves in free agency. Part of it's from me, just because initially I was a little underwhelmed with like, damn, I was really expecting a huge defensive tackle. Then we got Dalvin Tomlinson, and that made things a lot better. But let's be honest here. What have the Browns done in free agency? I don't know. They've signed 3 starters. Dalvin Tomlinson, great run stopper. What we needed. Juan Thornhill, John Johnson's replacement. Oba Okoronkwo, opposite Myles Garrett, ascending pass rusher. Like, don't say the Browns haven't done anything in free agency. And also, it's Monday, March 20th. Shout out to my brother, his birthday. It's only been a week. Free agency has been going on for a week. That's all. So, like, let's just kind of pump the brakes on getting the pitchforks and storming Berea right now, because it hasn't been 3 weeks into the free agency period. We're just sort of approaching the second wave of signings. And there's this thing called the NFL Draft. That's a really good tool and resource to fill out the rest of your roster. So if the Browns want to leave one last box to check with the draft, I'm not gonna have a hissy fit over that, right? I think that's not a bad strategy. It's a bit dicey if it really is boom or bust for Stefanski and Barry this year, and they have to be like more than just an okay team, but they have to show Jimmy and D Haslam, we are spending your money well. Well, maybe the veteran receiver route would be, instant gratification, or you see the results quicker. But I've got no qualms with drafting a receiver. That's never a bad idea in my opinion. So that's going to do it. I'm going to sign off. Video number 3 for the day. Gotta love free agency, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed the at-home video from my kitchen. I'll see everyone bright and early tomorrow with some more Browns news and rumors.